That is the basis of a living process, which will be basically take as long as it takes. Minimum of 7 years, but in most cases it will take virtually a lifetime, because only the inevitable fear of death and the changes that happen physically will bring home the reality that the point must be faced of what has been allowed in this reality. Obviously, in this all, nature will be playing a major role. There will be, you'll be able to observe changes extensively so in all kingdoms of nature, as it is going to support you and helping you realize the folly of energy, the folly of beauty as nature, the folly of evolution, and that you will only be forever losing if you would have stayed in such a system. After all, it's just a system. You are equal to the system you subscribe to, so I suggest you subscribe to an equality system, which will be a statement of unconditional love, where you do not accept any other being in existence as less than an absolute equal creator of existence itself. The second process is the death process. The death process, we will be describing that more in detail as well for those that would dare to hear what that would involve. But that in essence would be the process where you have not had the opportunity to be exposed to anything in this reality regarding to the equality process, and where you will be walking in awareness towards your death while you walk out of the physical while being physical. You'll be unable to speak, you'll be unable to share your process, and you'll be totally alone, and you will be in a battle with the mind that will suck you dry till there is nothing left, and you will only be able to walk out of this through self-will, dedication, and your own effort internally. This will not be able to be confirmed by any being. That is simply the nature of the process, and is simply shared so that one can understand that there is provision made for all beings in existence. And within this process, which we already had the first confirmations of a successful death, one will be able to transcend at death, and you'll transcend the mind in essence. This will obviously take as long as it does, and will be part of a death process. You will die in this process. Obviously, those that do a living process will still face death, and obviously will also face the transcendence of death, but it will be different because you'll be actually be able to experience and share your experience. The third process would be for those that die as the mind. You'll die as the mind within a fairly simple, easy death. And on the other side, you will face your reality, and you will reincarnate into your last life and face it accordingly. So if you die as the mind, obviously you will die as a minimized, as a limited version of yourself, because everything that you have abdicated to the mind, you will lose and will be taken away from you. Why? You have given it away to the mind. You have given authority over that of yourself to the mind, and therefore it will die with the mind and the physical and return to substance. And what remains of you will have to start again and walk into a new life. These variations or various ways will ensure that every single being in existence will eventually be equal, as you will stand up through trials and tribulations and your own will and effort to a point of equality where you will never again abuse life in any way whatsoever, and never again abuse any being in existence, and all will be equal yet individual in an infinite possible universe. We are all, in fact, when realized, equals in every way. That does not take away from our individuality, and therefore each one will be individual and, strangely enough, unique. So there is no sameness to fear. The sameness is in the system that exists on earth now, the same system that control and that dictate the choices that is being made, where no life can be found, as all is scurrying for position and power and self-interest and greed and entertainment, and do not care about anything but their own life experience. That in itself is unacceptable, and one will face that in appropriate ways. Do not underestimate what is really going on. You have been trapped in your mind in a multidimensional, symbolic world of an interdimensional machine which feeds off you like a parasite. You want to stop this? You must stop this. Without you stopping it, you will not be able to be equal. And yes, there is one more point. Those that do not stand will simply return to substance. There is no point for such individualization to take place where there is no equality, and that will never again be allowed in the universe. Enjoy your process.